You guys have been driving your prototype Northern Gun Mammoth APC for about 45 minutes into the wasteland. It is a paved road. You can tell that construction companies have come in for various trading corporations, and it's pretty much just ground up stone and rubble for about 35 feet. And then there's even like a bank of stones on each side, like it's been plowed, and it just cuts straight through. There is a pumpkin orange sunlight kind of piercing through a post-apocalyptic haze on all sides of the road. Not so dense that you can't see, but creates sort of some visual effects as you're driving around through this area. You have been tasked with finding out why an area that is usually safe for traders, with no rift activity, not a lot of EVs and demons and monsters, has suddenly become non-traversable. They sent a mercenary squad of about 6 prior to you, which they've never heard from again, and that's pretty much where you are. Max got a loan from the coalition, and the success of this mercenary company, the Legion of Myth, pretty much hinges on how well this expedition goes. So
you don't gotta tell them that.
the mech itself has to be placed sideways in the APC, as it's too narrow of a bed to fit it forward, strapped down on all sides. And I believe the mech, or the vehicle rather, can carry 4 in the cab. So it's up to you guys where you are. Connell will be driving.
Can I sit on top? That looks like fun.
No.
Oh man,
I'll be on top. My head's gonna be on a swivel. Your lives are my responsibility. Get in a goddamn cab.
Well,
you're always no fun.
In order to direct properly, I will be in the passenger area riding shotgun with my shotgun.
Well, it's a long, uneventful road. You see various wildlife that definitely didn't originate from Earth, but it isn't threatening as you kind of pass through. Various birds and creatures just kind of scampering around looking for food. But it has been non-eventful. I assume that you would leave early in the morning, so we're probably coming up on about 10 a.m. in the morning. And you're coming up on an area, you've passed through some wilderness, but you're coming up on the outskirts of what was once, long ago, a city. The concrete that made up the road and the buildings has now been pretty much ground down to sand. So on each side of you, you basically see like a poorly rendered video game in all directions, like an early Fallout. Like there's just hills of ground up rocks and sand on both sides of you. You do see some remnants of structures, but in most cases it's just like a rectangular box or something rising up that's overwhelmed with foliage and growth. So basically just steel beams that have managed to survive a few hundred, hundreds and hundreds of years, but nothing much. And it is pretty barren outside of that. There's not a lot of foliage or overbrush or anything like that. So you can sort of see, aside from the rolling sort of hills, there's no ambush danger or anything like that. You have been driving for about 45 minutes though, and you're well away from the city-state. If you care, you are somewhere between Tokine, Northern Gun, and Coalition territory, south of the Freelands, is it called? Wisconsin, Minnesota area.
Oh, hey there.
Okay, and approximately where did the other mercenary group disappear? Or where were they last heard from?
They were last heard from close to where you are right now. Okay. They made it about probably about an hour. That's the last communication that they were able to get back.
How long ago was this mercenary unit sent out?
This was about 4 days ago.
So possible. Okay, first of all, do they have heavy vehicles?
They had vehicles. They didn't have a mech, so they were.
But anything that would leave noticeable
tracks,
marks, tracks, marks on the road.
Well, the road is pretty well maintained. It is pretty flat. It's not like a dirt road. It looks like, like I said, a company just ground everything to dust and then plowed it. So even though it's
sounds
hey,
like
Nerdy
a
Ogre,
synthesizer.
Nerdy Ogre, mute. Thank you.
I muted him.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I was going to talk about the dust area, but if you're telling me that we're good.
Okay. For the next 20 minutes, I'll be looking for any tracks that seem like they originated from the road and went off road, in either left or right, either direction. That's what I'll be looking for.
Hey, this truck's pretty new to us. Does it have any sort of sensory equipment in here? You know, kind of like a little radar, sonar, I don't care, LADAR, something that
No.
that might be able to track movement?
It's pretty basic inside.
Okay. Your mech has that.
Yeah.
For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be following Heathen Dog around and asking if it'd be okay if I would sit on top. I think
God.
I think that would be really fun. You think that'd be okay, Captain, Lieutenant, sir?
So Heathen Dog also has much fancier armor than the three of you. He's even got the Legion of Myth symbol, put it on both shoulders. The mech is also painted, airbrushed in certain spots with a little bit of blue and gold flair with the emblem here and there. And the rest of you making do with non-environmental armor, bandito weapons, and whatever you were able to scrounge up in the early beginnings of your mercenary career. So once again, pretty uneventful. You continue on, and as you continue on, the brush starts to get a little denser, but nothing major. And you can tell a couple miles ahead of you, you can see the remnants of slightly taller buildings, like you're coming in, approaching what was once a city center. Again, even the ones that rise up a few stories, and there's not many of them, but it is pretty wide, there's trees coming out the top of them, all sorts of vines and greenery and branches.
Any sort of scarring, any sort of battle damage that looks like something exploded around here?
You don't see anything. There's no smoke. But do you have, I noticed you do this. Do you have binoculars?
I have binoculars too, yeah.
Well, the road, again, is pretty straightforward as far as you can see. And when you raise your binoculars up far in the distance, probably approaching the outskirts of this city, you see vehicles kind of just parked in the middle of the road.
Okay, that's not ominous at all. All right,
That sounds dangerous. I think we should wait till nighttime, don't you, Captain Lieutenant, sir?
Captain Lieutenant.
What's wrong?
All right, son.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
All right.
You don't talk to the captain.
Oh.
You talk to me.
Yeah, I was talking to you.
If it's important, I will talk to the captain, and I will take all credit.
Okay, fair enough. That sounds good.
And you will call me Sarge.
Sarge. All right. Roger that.
Maggot. All right, I'm gonna bang on the cab, and I'm gonna. Everyone, wait. Who here does not have a communicator? I'm not surprised.
I have a walkie-talkie. That's good enough.
I got a pair of walkie-talkies.
The rest of my gear never showed up.
Yeah, that's the story, huh? Okay. So I'm gonna be talking to whoever has a communicator because I'm outside. Stop this truck about a half mile away from the other vehicles.
What other vehicles?
There were vehicles parked in the road up ahead.
Yeah, only you saw that.
And the driver, I imagine. It's very flat here.
Oh, I thought he said because you had binoculars, you could see that. My mistake.
Well, as you're going on,
As you're going up, yeah.
they do start to come into view to the naked
About
eye.
a half mile out, I'll bang again on wind. Me and one other person are gonna go recon. Is that all right, sir?
I'll go with you.
What is on either side of the road where Heathen Dog bangs again?
On both sides of the road, it's like a bank, almost like what a snowbank would look like, only it's ground up stone.
So no chance of swerving off the road.
Well, it's only about probably 2 feet high.
Oh,
It's a bump.
okay. So what's on the other side of that since it's 2 feet high?
After that, it just gets a little rougher, more
Okay.
jagged in terrain. And
Still open though. No trees, no buildings, no whatever. Still open.
there's no trees. There's remnants of structures, and it has bushes and stuff growing out of it. But it is a little more vertical here. It does roll off into hills. And
Tap
right.
Connell on the shoulder. Behind one of them berms.
I drive it there.
Oh shit!
You're what are you making a? You're driving over the hump.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make a Heathen Dog. What would you say this is, a truck or an APC?
Looked like a truck to me, but it's kind
Yeah.
of big.
But technically, I think it's a ATV.
Let's call it that. Let's make a roll, Connell.
Okay, it should be percentile, Connell, for your APC skill.
All right. Yeah.
It's just
70.
two dice.
70.
So as you're driving, you kind of have to speak a little bit with a raised voice to talk over the engine. And as your commander tells you to pull off the road, doing about 45 miles an hour, you just kind of jerk the wheel over to pull off the road. You hit that ramp and it does go flying up in the air. Everybody in the truck smashes up against the helmet and you can hear the mech. It doesn't fall out because it's strapped down, but it does shake and smash the side of the inside of the cab.
What is your problem?
To a stop on the other side.
I look at you. Following orders there, Agent.
Do I have to tell you to step on the brake to let up on the gas? We hired you for this job. You're a professional.
As you command, Sir Agent.
Sarge, sir, I have a question.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Warwick.
Warwick. All right. What is it?
Don't you think it would be best if we waited till nightfall? We could sneak in.
No. Wait. Are you sneaky, son?
Yeah, I can be, but only at night. I'm really only good at sneaking at night. But I can do it. I can.
Well, half the time you're worthless, then, aren't you?
I don't. Yeah, I guess so.
There you go. All right. Well, then you're staying with the truck. Nerdy Ogre, what's your character's name?
Yeah, can we put our character names
David Carper.
Yeah, let's put our character names in the chat. I thought we were just going with our online things. I'm sticking with Max, so.
All right, hang on.
No imagination today.
I did forget to mention the windows in the APC or the truck the APC we decided don't work. The side windows. It is hot.
As in, don't go up or don't go down.
They don't go up or down, and they're not there. So,
well, if they're not there, then of course they don't go up and down. Duh.
Yes. They do. It is a sweltering hot day. Rare day for how north we are, but it is summertime and it is sweltering. You're just been baking in the sun, except for, I assume, Heathen Dog, you probably have environmental armor.
I have environmental armor. I'm fine.
Yeah, so you're
perfectly
fine. The rest of you are pretty uncomfortable. There's beads of sweat kind of gathering and rolling down. It's just very sticky. There's a lot of you in the truck. The body, heat kind of coming off of everybody is making it very uncomfortable, and it's been that way for quite a while, the entire morning.
All right, Davey, this is what's going to happen. We are going to walk up to the obstruction. We are going to examine the obstruction. If we are shot at, we will return fire. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Understood.
Bobby, can I trouble you to actually park in the shade now?
Shift gears, pull it into the shade. Anything else?
Not yet.
So you guys are doing what again, Heathen Dog?
Whoa, what happened?
I don't know. Somebody clicked something.
That was unfortunate. There you go. I'm sorry, what was that?
So what is your plan of action here?
Okay.
Everybody is in the truck, I assume.
Me and Davey are going to see the obstruction. All the cars up there. It's about a half mile out. We are approaching it at regular speed, keeping our heads on a swivel. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen to us first.
Okay, so you're on foot.
Home base to Heathen Dog. Home base to Heathen Dog.
Sergeant McCool, sir.
Sergeant. No.
Yes, Captain.
I forgot. Warn me if I need to get my mech out. Otherwise, I'll stay back here. I got you, rear.
Well, sir, if we get shot at, I recommend you get your mech out, sir.
So let me know.
Very well, sir.
All right. Moving the helmet down a little bit.
I look for a place where I can watch them as they head toward the whatever the obstruction is, they're going to go check out.
So
there's
would
a bunch of
you-
vehicles
Yeah.
parked in the road.
Have a
Going
place.
straight down the road.
Yep.
So
Looking left, looking right. I am detecting ambush the entire way, and I'm just waiting to get shot at because that the best way to flush out the enemy is be bait.
make a perception check, both of you, please.
You're a cavalry scout.
Okay, that's not great. Whatever your target number is, I didn't make it.
So, you are.
Yeah, I
sorry,
got an
hang on,
8 on
hang
my
on.
perception.
Davey,
Okay.
go ahead and roll a d20.
You got an 8. So, Davey, again, as you go down the road with Heathen Dog, you can hear every breath. It's very. But you are just the weight of the NBC armor, very uncomfortable. All your movements very uncomfortable. It's far too hot and sticky out here to be doing this shit right now. But you guys continue on down the road, and as you get closer to these vehicles, you can see that they are heavily damaged. The top rear of the one closest to you looks like has been completely melted away.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna get on the radio, Captain.
Sergeant.
We are approaching the vehicles, and it seems that they have major battle damage, sir.
Recent?
I believe that they had this battle damage up until they could not move anymore, sir. I do
If
not
you get
know
a
what
little
that time
closer-
frame is.
you do see skeleton. You see your first skeleton, and then your second as you get closer in your vantage point from what's in between these vehicles. Starts.
Do you
to-
recommend that we change for combat?
Yes, sir, I do. I just found
Very
two
well.
bodies, sir. Of course, these are skeletons. So I'm going to examine for any fire and or plasma damage.
All right.
If I see
All right.
none,
All
they
right.
are very old, sir.
Bobby,
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
you now get the honor. Let her loose.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna look around, see if I can find any other tracks
So
coming to or away from the wreckage.
Well, you do notice that there's the faint tire wheels leading to where this is, and everything else. It's hard to distinguish because typically vehicles traverse this pretty often, and because it's stones, you kind of see lots of tire tracks, but you can't necessarily be sure that they're anything relevant. You do, however, suddenly spot a pink light on the side of you, probably about 30 feet away. And as it draws your attention to it, you see what looks kind of like a cross between a praying mantis, a maggot, and a millipede, kind of just creeping along the wasteland. It's probably about 3.5 feet long. Pretty disgusting looking creature. And you can see it has like baby xenomorph eyes on the front of it. And it's just kind of rolling along the wasteland.
I know exactly what that is.
Would I know
Dead.
what that is?
Shoot it! Do not think, soldier. It is a dirty DB animal. You kill it.
Following orders. I'll pull out my Wilkes and I'll shoot it. 13.
The thing just splatters to the side as soon as you strike it. What remains of it just falls in a clump to the ground. Disgusting yellow pus bubbles once, and then it just starts oozing out on the ground. The pink light goes dark, and it's now a dead animal.
Outstanding, soldier.
Could I see that? Could my character
No,
see that?
we're a
You can
half mile
probably
away.
make a perception
you're
check
back
to
with
see if you
us.
see the laser blast.
All right. Davey?
I'm going to go up and I will look at the tracks, memorize the tracks in case I come across them
Hang on.
for future
Before
reference.
you do that, I'm going to examine the bodies for the age of deceasement. I need you to watch my back.
All right.
I do not want to be shot in the back, Davey. If I'm shot in the back, I will kill your mother. Do you understand?
All right.
All
I'm
right.
watching your back.
I'm going to examine the bodies. You said they were skeletons. Are they burned skeletons or aged skeletons?
They're definitely not aged. Some of them are wearing armored boots. Some of them have legs, but they are everything north of like their waist or their knees in some cases has been melted away, and there's just a skeleton there. You can kind of see something beneath each body, kind of like when you dump bacon grease outside in your driveway. It just leaves that blemish there for like ever. So you can't see that underneath. By the way, Davey, you see another one of those millipede, praying mantis, maggot type things with the pink glowing ball on top of it creep around a structure and just start walking around. Not towards you, but closer to you.
I start pushing whatever I need to release Max's mech.
Make a APC check. Make an APC skill check.
Davey,
What dice is that?
That's the percentile, the hundreds.
D100. Davey,
Yeah.
what do we do with bugs?
How far away is it? How far away do I see it?
Probably about 20, probably about 35 feet.
All right. I'll go up to it and I'll step on it.
All right.
58.
Well, you approach it, and as you see it, it stops and looks right at you. You can hear this hiss as the bottom of its jaw just starts
Changing planes, I shoot it. Modified 20.
Again, just smokes it right away. 3/4 of it just gets blasted apart in this spray of yellow, disgusting pus and ooze, and the pink light goes dead.
Private Davey, what was that you just shot?
Another bug.
I am not happy. When the sergeant's not happy, you are not happy. It is possible we are going to be overrun with dirty DB bugs. I do not like it. I'm going to get on the radio. Captain.
Sergeant.
Sergeant McCool here, sir. It seems that we are near a nest of dirty DB bugs, and these bodies have been burned beyond recognition. This, I imagine, is recent.
Any signs of the mercenaries? Are these the mercenaries that went before us?
It's hard to say, sir. Anything above their waist is burned off.
Do you recommend we kill the bugs or go past the bugs?
Sir, I recommend we sanitize the area with extreme prejudice, sir.
Very well. Commence extermination.
Yes,
Bobby,
sir.
get my mech out!
All right. Davey, we are climbing on top of these wrecked APCs to get a higher vantage point.
Hey, Captain.
You want me up there?
Right in the top
Yes.
with you, since Sarge is gone?
On the top of
You
my
like-
mech?
Yeah.
You're going to
All right,
fall
I'll
off
climb
and
up on
break
top.
your
Oh,
leg.
good. I'll be fine.
Oh, sure. Go. Please do.
Time out for a second. Is this mech? Is it humanoid shape?
Roughly. It's the picture that I used for the... I don't have it available right here.
Uh-huh.
It's the picture that I used for... Well, actually, that RPG. There we go. RPG's dumb. Made for the thumbnail for this thing. It's vaguely kind of wide.
That was actually
Yes.
Big Bad RPG, but that's okay. I'll take credit for it.
Oh, that's right. I forget that you're both. Well, it says RPG's dumb on your thing right there.
I was just thinking it would be
He
broad.
is Big Bad. I'm dumb.
But yeah. I mean, it's humanoid-ish. Yes.
Okay.
It's a cargo loader that's been outfitted for combat. So it wasn't initially a mech. It's it's a warehouse vehicle that's now brimming with vibro swords and missile launchers and
Oh,
Aliens, Ripley aliens, only more armor.
Gotcha.
Taller, wider. Yeah.
Might be.
I
probably-
rolled a 58 there on the dice.
To
well,
release the mech.
We're gonna get you this
as
time.
you start to lift it out, because no one took the straps off the top of the mech, you hear a resistance and whining sound that's kind of like, and then they finally
Got it.
snap
Got it.
as
Oh,
the crane lifts up, and then you end up dragging the back of the mech alongside the side of the truck, making this really terrible metal against metal, heavy metal against metal, screeching sound that pretty much can be heard as far as where Heathen Dog and Davey is.
My God. Completely ruined the paint job.
The straps. I should have thought of the straps.
Is it free though?
It is free.
Awesome. Go over it, Bobby. Good job. Good job.
Why don't you roll one more time to see how you do on setting it down?
$61.
What is your APC skill?
APC.
Yeah, it's probably in the 40s, maybe 50s.
He sets it down.
He's
It
a
doesn't.
driver. He could get plus 20%.
He doesn't.
46. It's 46.
All right.
46 as
You
an
have failed
APC
every
driver?
time.
I was surprised to also see that number. Yes.
Wow.
He doesn't set it down and topple it over, but he definitely sets it down harder and louder than you are paying him for.
Okay, Davey and I have climbed up on top of the nearest wrecked vehicle to get not only better view, but some actual, defense against ground-based enemies.
So as you climb up and you take a sweeping survey of where you are, you see that further along, like I said, looks like it was once the city center. There is some buildings that remain and make it up to 4 or 5 stories, even though they're kind of leaning over awkwardly, and there's trees and stuff coming out of them. And that is directly in front of you, probably about another half a mile.
Okay.
To the sides, now that you're up here, you notice multiple maggot praying mantis,
Okay.
millipede.
Multiple,
things
what,
creeping
dozen?
around. Probably you see about 6 off the top, right off the bat. They're not everywhere in like a disgusting swarm, but you see them scattered around. And make a perception check.
All right. I did so well the first time. Hey, look at that. Another 3.
And that's about all you see.
All right. What'd you get?
I got 6.
That we're awesome. We were the right choice for this job. Let me tell you. Okay. Davey, please go ahead and sanitize the area. I'm gonna get my heavy rifle ready, just in case Davey needs help.
All right, I'm going to start picking them off. You want me to roll for each one?
Nope. You just start picking them off. You can roll a few dice in the meantime. Tell me how many times you miss. But Max, I assume you're climbing up into your mech.
So, well, before I do that, getting out of the APC, it's in my pocket. I throw a pack of cigarettes to Bobby. Calm your nerves.
Look at the cigarette.
My time to talk. Listen. This is our getaway vehicle. Without this, we die. You protect this at all costs. All costs. It's brimming with firepower, but missiles cost money. Remember this. You're a mercenary now. And I'm going to turn around and go. Now I'm going to climb into my.
Okay. I'm going to grab my Wilkes rifle and I'll protect it, Captain. I promise.
I thought you were sitting on.
Oh, it didn't look.
Are you coming with me or staying?
Yeah, I'm coming. Hold on. So I run over.
So excited. Don't be so excited.
It's hard not to be. I'm going out, and it's very bright outside.
It is.
Yeah.
Just sit up there and tell me what you see as we walk forward.
Okay, yeah.
As soon as you settle,
God.
as soon as you settle into this thing and the cockpit closes, the AC kicks on. You have a fan. Your coffee.
About time. I have coffee. Oh, that's even better. I thought you said no to that. Awesome. Yes, I got my latte.
You have coffee. You got a little fan here, and it's not a complete environmental armor because it was outfitted, but the guys that outfitted it with the combat kit did a good job of pretty much sealing it to the point that it is close. Yeah, vapors and gases probably won't harm you immediately. It's to that extent, but it's not a complete environmental. Very quickly, though, you become much more comfortable than you were before, and much more comfortable than everybody else who is sweating and carrying the weight of their weapons and armor.
I'll take a good 15 seconds or so just to sit here and let the fan kick in and cool me down a little bit, and then we'll start traipsing forward.
I'll try to get in good position. Can I hold it? Or do my hands have to hold on to the machine, or can I just like have my feet somewhere secure and stand? Or am I?
You probably have to hold on to it here and there.
I'll do it. I'll have my vibro knife out, and I'll be ready.
Yeah, you have augmented strength, so you should be fine.
I know. I'm really strong.
Oh, that's the crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
settle into your chair. Beep, 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 start, pulling levers. Chair's nice. Chair's comfortable. And you start heading forward. Everything comes on your HUD display. All of the goodies that you have inside, and outside, Randy. The thing starts to truck forward like a behemoth. Every step, the legs just grind into the stone, and now you can see behind you clear tracks in the road.
Sweet. I can see what behind me?
Tracks from the mech are making clear tracks in the road. Meanwhile, after a pretty good aiming, you pop off all the ones that you can see, and you just leave corpses of disgusting little white 3.5 foot interdimensional insect type things all over, scattered all around you.
Excellent work, Private Davy.
Say again?
Excellent work, Private Davy. Jesus. All right,
Listen to me when I'm complimenting you.
I'm gonna look around with my binoculars, see if I can see any footprints or more vehicle tracks moving away from this area.
Well, beyond where the road is, paved, everything is. It's definitely now. It's jagged. There's larger stones, and pretty much anything can be tracks. You do see earth torn up here and there, but nothing substantial to make you think.
Okay.
My head is completely on a swivel. In fact, I'm kind of looking around very nervously. So I'm doing my best to see if I can see anybody sneaking up from someplace or some of those critters getting close to me and the captain on this.
You do see a couple of the critters. There are a couple of the critters out there.
Okay, I'm probably holding on to one hand. I got my vibro knife up. Man,
Captain,
be careful.
Sergeant.
Captain, we had about a half dozen more contacts. These stupid bugs. Private Davy has dispatched them to hell.
I'm closing in on your location now.
There are no survivors around here and no obvious means that I can find any. I do recommend you use the mech to clear the road and we can continue our travel. I do not see any apparent danger here, sir.
Spread out. Check the area. East, west. Well, which way are we traveling? Are we traveling north, south, east, west?
North.
All right. Spread out. Check east. Check west. I'll continue forward.
Copy that, sir. Private Davy.
Demon Dog, now that you're closer to, you do notice that one of the vehicles isn't damaged.
One of the vehicles is not damaged. Okay.
It's kind of van-esque. Not a bad model, just sitting there. But it is the rest of the vehicles have very serious sort of like acid damage to them.
Got it. Private Davies.
Yeah.
I need you to make a 20-yard perimeter. Walk the perimeter around this location in 20 yards in each direction. I'm going to examine this truck.
Alrighty. I'll go out 20 yards and circle around, looking for the bugs, any tracks, anything that looks out of the ordinary.
You don't see any bugs. You've wiped out all the ones pretty much in this area that you've seen. You don't see any new ones. And there's nothing really happening here. It's pretty quiet. You got a good look when you were up top and you didn't see anything besides the bugs that you shot, and everything else is pretty still. Maybe a little flock of birds took off here and there when you fired your laser rifle, but other than that, pretty still along the wasteland. But as Max cuts through and goes through the area that you're in, you said you're going to continue on the road, Max?
I'm going to continue on the road, but I'm going to stop, we'll say about 50 meters from where the vehicles start.
Before or after?
But before I get to the vehicles.
Okay.
The pile of the vehicles that are strewn along the road there. Warwick.
Yeah.
How good is your vision?
Oh. I focus in and I use my sonic power. I have a sonic power called, it's daytime. Never mind. It won't help me in the daytime. Pretty good.
All right, good. I need you to jump off And before I step any closer, I want you to look for any sort of mines, bombs, booby traps, etc. before I go in there and I try to move one of those vehicles.
Me for the booby traps?
Yes.
They can go off.
You're right. Welcome aboard, son. This is why you get the hazard duty pay.
Okay. I jump off. I'm gonna try to
Be careful.
Is this conversation over the radio?
Okay,
It
I don't have
probably
a
has-
radio. I'm assuming I'm yelling through the. Can he hear me inside his thing or not? Is it completely sealed?
It's sealed. If you don't have a
Sorry, Max.
communicator.
I actually have no communication device.
Well, we'll say you do. It's fine. You're a Merc group. I think that you would all probably have communication devices.
I spin it on.
You took one of I'm sorry, not
No,
radio.
comic
You took
books,
one of
dude.
Davy's extras.
Max would have supplied you with it. I'm sure you'll want them back after the mission's over.
Roger that. So I jump down cautiously.
Good luck.
I need to make a check of any sort.
Colin, by the way, as you
We left Connell back
hit
there.
that cigar, you gotta. So right now, it's hard not to think this is the easiest 5,000 credits you've ever made in your life. You can see them up ahead about a half a mile, and you're just hanging out. Although you are super uncomfortable, super hot. It'd be nice if there was some air conditioning. Unfortunately, there isn't. The sweat's kind of coming down you, but yeah, you're just chilling. Although you do see a red and yellow little teeny tiny bug all of a sudden land right on your steering wheel and then start crawling around.
I take the butt of my knife and I smack it.
Roll to strike.
What is it? Still D10s?
No,
So a D20 to attack.
Okay.
Add your bonus to strike into the roll.
$19. Strength is so it's 19 plus 21.
No, the 6 is your hand-to-hand damage bonus. That's if you hit it, you'll do 6 extra damage. So it's just the straight roll. You don't have a bonus to strike.
At first level, weapon proficiency knife is just a straight bonus unless you have a very, very high physical prowess.
Okay, so yeah, that 16.
16. So it flies away, and then you hear out of your ear, it right at your ear, and then anything.
I go to smack it to kill it without using the knife.
Roll a d20, beat an 18.
I got it, boss. I'm bleeding.
Being 18, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So you do smack it, but not before it stings your neck, and you feel this pretty brutal bee sting type sensation in your neck all of a sudden, but you do feel the dead bug also in your hands.
I get on the radio. I got tagged by some bug.
How big was it?
About the size of a nickel.
Size of a nickel.
Get off the air!
Side note, do you want me to start following you?
Did I ask you to? Did I order you to? You're our getaway. Sergeant,
Doesn't work to be the good away if I'm a mile away there, boss.
Private Bobby, I know I do not hear back talk from you. I know this because that would be an impossibility. Isn't that right, Private Bobby? Just say yes, son.
You just hear quiet, then
Oh
follows
my
and
God.
quiet.
You better hope I die out here, boy. You better hope I die. Because when I come back, I'm going to teach you right.
I would say yes, Sarge.
I know you would. I know.
Meanwhile, Randy, you don't find any mines, any trace of anything. It looks pretty clear.
Okay, so I'm pretty strong. I don't know if it counts being a crazy. I have a 30 strength. If I use could I move some stuff for the boss? Could I move some stuff myself? Am I strong?
Probably not. I would say you can try. I mean, you can try. You get up behind him and you start to try, but you can feel the brakes. You can feel the brakes are activated on all the vehicles.
Yeah, man. Okay. I think you're going to have to do this, boss.
What about the truck that I'm investigating?
It doesn't look damaged. It managed to avoid any damage, but
Well, I'm looking inside for any clues like IDs, weapons, a note that says, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die because of XYZ." That'd be awesome.
You do find you find a Northern Gun rifle inside. Oh, I also imagine there's a couple rifles. There's a couple rifles spattered around next to the dead bodies. Some of them are damaged. One of them is not on the ground.
Excellent. I will pick up the rifles that don't look damaged.
Yep. So you have that, and you find another rifle inside the vehicle. I don't know which one offhand, but we'll just say 3d6 damage, NDC.
Okay. Any ID in this thing, like who it belonged to?
No, you see a nudie magazine, deck of cards. You see there's a flask.
Okay, so we have a deck of cards and a flask. What else?
Nudie magazine.
I'm sorry, we have a deck of cards and a flask. What else did I find?
And that's about it.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get on the radio. Sir, there is one vehicle here that is not damaged beyond repair. It has no ID. It has no clue where the driver is. I found a deck of cards and a flask and a rifle. I have collected all of the serviceable weapons.
Sergeant, can you start it?
Stand by, sir. Does it require keys or is it all push button nowadays?
What do you have for piloting skills?
Oh, I don't.
You have no idea.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna switch frequencies to Davey. Davey,
Yo,
can you drive a truck?
Say it's an APC. We'll say it's an APC.
Okay.
no,
Can you drive any kind of vehicle whatsoever?
my motorcycle.
Well, that's one more than I can. Get on over here and see if you can start this vehicle.
Okay.
Coalition never taught me how to drive because they didn't think I should.
To be honest, we'll call it a truck. Makes more sense that it's a truck based on the size that I'm imagining. So I don't know if that changes anything for your piloting.
I have no piloting skill whatsoever of anything. Literally nothing.
All I got is pilot motorcycle.
I'm okay. That's fine. Yeah, you know what? You can pilot something. That's more than I got. So you have an actual chance to get this thing started. So
I'll look for an ignition. Is there someplace to put the key in?
You don't see a key. Actually, you really don't know what you're looking at. You see a lot of buttons and controls, not an overwhelming amount of them, but you do see a lot. It looks like a manual sort of stick shift, which you're also not super comfortable with. You might be able to, just push buttons and see what happens, but you're not really sure what you're looking at.
I'm gonna replace him in his 20-meter march around in a circle to keep the area clear.
You see one more bug, probably about 40 feet away from you. And this one you notice is up on top of a structure. And you see this really disgusting ball just kind of get birthed out the back of it. And like there's a web of goo that's kind of keeping it in place where it is.
Well,
and then afterwards it starts to crawl back.
Oh, it starts to do something, but I'm gonna send it to hell.
This one again just explodes off the side. Part of it falls about 6 feet behind where it hit, and then it just again yellow pus bubbles out, and that's the end of it.
17. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, as my dear old pappy used to say, this is above my pay grade.
All right. Thank you very much, Davey. I'm gonna switch back to normal comms. Captain, sir.
Oh yes, you still exist. What?
Sorry, sir, but Davey and I are not trained on this vehicle, sir.
Very well. Stand by. Keep fanning out to east and the west.
Yes, sir. Switch back to Davey.
Davey, Warwick,
get out of the truck.
Yeah.
Get out of the truck. Head due east. Stop at 50 meters.
Everybody make a perception check.
I've been doing so great so far. Holy crap, 19. Wow.
14.
16.
So you
13.
You guys all start to walk around in accordance with Mac's orders. And as you do start to walk around, Heathen Dog, right away, about 5 minutes into the search, you see a large flock of birds fly up in the air from the area going towards the Synergy Center, where you see, first of all, you see the road kind of vanish. And then you see a greater abundance of treetops and things like that ahead. And you see a big flock of birds rise up and fly off.
Okay. I don't care.
Occasionally, you do see some bugs, but they're also, you see maybe 3, 4 more, but they're very far away, about 100 feet, 150 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to waste shooting them.
That means something's probably. Which direction were the flock of birds headed? Were they like
What was
headed
your perception? What was your perception roll?
13?
They just took off. So they were north of you, and then you just see a big flock of birds kind of just take off.
We would see the birds too, right?
Depending on what your perception roll was.
16?
Yes.
Captain Birds, you see those?
Look for explosives.
Oh yeah,
birds!
bad. Right. So I jump. I move on, looking for explosives.
Warwick.
Yeah.
I saw you pushing the vehicle.
Yeah,
Did you
didn't
look
go very
underneath
far.
it?
Huh?
Did you look underneath it?
Oh, brilliant! I go back and look underneath it.
And what are you looking for?
Bombs. Are there any bombs down there? I try not to stick my head in there.
You don't see anything. You just see the stones, just like the rest of the road.
My hand comes up from laying down with thumbs up to the captain. Clear.
I'm gonna stop toward that then, and I'm gonna start moving that vehicle off the road.
I move out of his way.
Are you going to check all of them and then clear the road? Basically, is your plan?
I think that's the plan. So I'll be
Yes.
checking first, and he'll be moving them because I can't.
Unless something like exciting happens to prevent that, I don't care about a flock of birds. I do understand
Takes about
what
15
that
minutes.
could mean, but that's why I have the guys east and west to make sure.
It takes about 15 minutes to clear the entire road, check everything. The acid is dry, so it just kind of leaves this gnarly metal where it stopped eating into it, exposing parts of the cabin and things like that are also damaged from melting. But yeah, about 15
When we
minutes.
come
past.
back. This is salvage.
Okay. Captain,
Yes.
who here besides Bobby has the ability to drive a vehicle?
Well, obviously I do.
I can drive a motorcycle. Really good. Did you find a motorcycle?
Let me rephrase. Who here has the ability to drive a truck? Looks like a manual transmission vehicle. By the silence, I will think no one. Sir, no one here can drive this truck away. It is the only vehicle that seems to be functional, except we are not able to function it.
I
I'll
can
move it
try.
up.
It doesn't look that hard.
He will get us
Okay,
killed,
hey.
sir.
Warwick,
Uh-huh.
have you checked all the vehicles? Have we moved all the vehicles?
No. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Roger that.
Keep focus. Keep
I'm
focus.
jumping around the
Did I
building.
hear their conversation?
Oh yeah, he did it open channel.
Okay, I didn't catch that. Pick up the set. I can drive it.
You stay with that vehicle.
Answer
thank
any
you for
questions, sir.
All right.
Big chilling, Connell.
All right.
Takes
We are,
about,
I
takes about
am-
15 minutes to clear the road. You
Okay.
check all the cars and you get them up and out of the way.
All right.
Is there?
Once-
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Is there any kind of medical kit? I just got stung. I'm thinking I should take care of it. I'm not. My character's not an idiot. I'm guessing. So I'm, need to take care of it. Is there anything in the cab?
Your character is not an idiot, so he is smart enough to know that it could be taken care of theoretically, but there isn't anything in the cab, and you don't have first aid.
What about?
I got some herbal remedies that might help.
Can I cowrize it?
I
Do
gave him
whatever you want.
cigarettes.
Burn out the infection. All right. Thanks.
right,
Once
is
the
there
road
anything
is
coming?
clear, once the road is clear, I do want to communicate back to Bobby. Bobby, it is safe to bring up. I forget the name of this. We'll call it the APC for now. It's
Hubba
safe to
Bubba.
bring up the APC, the truck, my mech hauler, the Hubba Bubba. That's right. I got to call it. It's safe to bring up the Hubba Bubba. Keep it behind cover.
Private Bobby, in this instance, cover is the mech.
Understood.
Do we have to tell them everything?
Yes, sir.
All right.
They are not. They're not trained in the ways of the military yet, sir.
Life?
Well, they all survived up to this point. Whether it was luck or not, I cannot say.
So, the put back, turn back on, hit the reverse. Imagine them doing 2-point turn, then drive it slowly forwards towards them.
Flawless execution as you get it off the side of the road, over the bump, and start to make your way down to where they were.
Private Davies, please watch our transport and make sure it is not beset upon by evil.
Okay.
I will keep my head in a swivel, watching the entire area.
Doesn't take long for Bobby to bring the mammoth Northern Gun APC truck, whatever we decided, to you guys, and
Throw anything
got
extra in the truck that you can't hold on to that you grabbed.
Yes, sir. I have a couple rifles here, sir, for our armor,
Very well.
for our armaments. Got this here, and got a deck of cards, sir, for later. And what was the other thing? But don't even say the nudie magazine.
No,
'cause
it
that was
was a
not part of the
flash.
inventory.
that's
It was a
already you
flash.
left that. That's gone.
I didn't leave it.
No, he
I
tucked
just
it
didn't
under-
report it. Okay.
10-4. Sorry. So what was the question?
So everything that I found in the truck that I
Gotcha.
reported
Cleared out. Yep.
is cleared out, and I'm going to place it in the APC.
All 3 items. Gotcha.
Yes.
right,
Along
let's-
with the extra rifle I found on the ground. That seems functional.
Do we actually have a medic in this ragtag?
Look, I can put on a tourniquet and a band-aid. Now, Davey.
I got some first aid knowledge.
Davey, I'm talking
What?
now. I'm talking now. You're a scout, correct?
Yeah.
Please do so. Go
All right.
forth. Go forth.
All right.
Sergeant,
I'm gonna
direct him
switch
where
to
you think
Davey.
is important tactically. I'm thirsty.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to switch to Davey. Private Davey.
Yeah.
Now that we have time, you remember where those birds came from?
Yeah, vaguely.
All right. There are apparently a bunch of trees that they came out of. Could you please scout those trees to make sure they were not spooked by something scarier?
All right. So I'll go ahead and head towards the trees where the birds flew out of.
Oh, and don't die.
You got about a third of a mile walk ahead of you. You make your way forward. I don't know how fast you want to be getting there, but when you finally do get there, you see that the road turns left and goes downward. Off to the side, there's some kind of strange rock that almost goes up like a half pipe and then just ends. And then so it's like a rock formation that goes up in a circle on the side, but the actual road curls down and then around. And you can also see, so as a wilderness scout, you've actually been this way before. And as you get to that part where you can see down, you see a pretty substantial body. Make a perception check. First of all, you see a pretty substantial body of water that you've never seen here before. Probably about 800 feet across from where you're standing right now.
I got a 7 on my perception check.
But you don't have full view of what you're seeing because, again, there's a rock that goes up like a half pipe here, and then it goes, it kind of just ends, and then so that's obstructing your view of the water. But you can kind of see that it goes pretty far back, and basically the road just leads into what looks like a small, or I should say a large pond of. But that's what you see from where you are.
Hello? Anybody on this thing?
Private
Hello?
Davey, yes. What is it? What have you found?
Yeah, we got a pond in the middle of the road that wasn't there before. Last time I was through here.
A
There's
pond, you say?
a rock structure It kind of goes up in a half circle, and it goes down into the pond.
All right. Give me one moment. I'm going to try and make that sound not stupid before I tell the captain.
Good luck with that.
Thank you, Private. All right. Captain,
Sergeant.
we seem to have a bit of a conundrum here. There is a significant body of water where the road used to be about a half mile ahead that reportedly was not there before.
Is there a way around it?
I believe so, sir, but it will be off-road travel.
Is there a way around it?
Stand by, sir. Private Davy,
Yeah.
can we go around the left or right of that significant body of water?
Can we?
It'd be a wide, very wide, few miles. So it kind of like where this road curls down. It curls down because on the sides, stretching, probably 1,000 feet in every direction, the terrain gets much less flat all of a sudden, and it sinks down probably about 40 feet at its highest, and the ground is just lower for another probably 1,000 feet approaching where the remnants of this city is. So it's basically just a change in elevation.
Okay.
But the vehicle we can drive through it, right?
Well,
Drive
again,
around it.
from where you're looking, because you haven't actually gone down the road, from where you're looking, the rock formation here is obstructing much of your view of the water. You can just see it in certain places, but you don't have a good view of everything yet because of where.
Can I get on top of the rock formation?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's actually just a straight walk. It just goes up. So as you go forward, the road again cuts left and goes down, but this massive rock just goes forward for another 20 feet. On the side of it, it goes up and probably goes forward for another 20 after that. But as you walk up, you see again that there is a giant pond where there wasn't formerly one. And then in the middle of it, probably about 400 feet out from the edge, you see a rift. Probably about 2 feet above the pond, and you can see nasty water dribbling out the side like a waterfall. So all of this water, it's very black, sort of disgusting water, and you can tell that it looks like this rift opened, so it was submerged in water in whatever dimension that it opened in, and it just started gushing like a dam until it basically emptied out, and now it's all here. You also see a tractor trailer truck in the water, probably about 40 feet out. The bed of it is submerged, and you can see crates and things like that, like its cargo was knocked off the truck. And closer to the rift, you can see like an antenna in the very top of a vehicle.
Do you report all this?
I'm about to.
Okay.
We got a situation here. I found the source of the water. It appears to be a rift.
Goddamn.
The water is coming through a rift. I see a truck. I can see the cargo. It's mostly submerged in the middle, and there's a vehicle antenna sticking up out of the water closer to the rift.
Okay.
But that's about all I can see right now.
Private Davy, there are two important things that I want to know. One, by rift, do you mean an opening in space and time?
Yes.
All right. Number two, is it possible to go around this significant body of water, either going east or west, no matter how long it will take?
I should point out, I should point out that the tractor trailer you can see bears the mark of the trading company that hired you.
One more piece of detail. The tractor trailer that has the cargo on it out in the pond, it has the same emblem as the folks who hired us.
Well, that's just outstanding. What about going around this pond, Private Davy. I'm still waiting for that beautiful answer.
What about the other way around? Is it possible to go? You said this was to the left. What about going to the right?
It's the same on both. Like I said, it's just a change in elevation, so it drops down for quite a while.
It doesn't appear that we can go around this. It's just it just dips down, and it's just a big old body of water right here.
All right. Thank you very much. Click. Captain.
Sergeant, glad I'm a patient man.
Yes, sir. I have some good news and some bad news, sir. No, I have lots of bad news, sir. The only good news, sir, is that we have found the truck and cargo for the company that has hired us to figure out what happened to their truck and cargo.
Okay.
The bad news is numerous. In the middle of this pond, the significant body of water I spoke of, apparently it is alien water because it is pouring from a rift in time and space.
Is there anything else coming out other than water?
If it is, it would be in the water, sir. More bad news, sir. Going around this would take a significant period of time. The terrain is uncooperative. It would take a half a day just to get to the left or right of this significant body of water.
Understood. I want you to take positions on either side of where the road would be before we enter the water. I will be up there momentarily, and I now have a mission for work.
All right, sir. Can you repeat that, please? Did you say enter the evil?
No.
Space
Stand
water, sir?
before it. Stand. Keep your eye on the rift, but also look out east and west as we go forward. So if it's going down like that, we're going to come down. We're going to stop beforehand, and then I'm going to send Warwick swimming.
That sounds like a great plan, sir. Click.
So everybody except for Bobby heading down to the water line.
Well, I've got orders for Bobby as well. Bobby.
Yes, sir.
I need you to keep that truck safe. So you're going to stay at the top of this hill.
Yes, sir.
When you hear screams of death, you start pushing those buttons and shooting things. And by pushing those buttons, I mean you saving ammunition. Use your own weapons, unless it's big.
Understood, sir.
Thank you. Good job.
All right.
Work.
Private Davies and I are on either side of the road, as high a spot as possible, covering the entrance of the powered robot.
Work here, sir.
Or hey, do you know how to swim?
Sure.
Good enough. This is what I need you to do.
All right, so you guys have all gone down to the water line, is what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like now? I swim a lot better at night.
What is with this kid at night? What the?
I think anybody can see me swimming in the daytime, so it'd probably be best if we waited till night. And aren't you guys kind of tired? Maybe take a break, and we'll come back around when nightfall. Sounds good?
I'm not tired, and I don't care if the rest of them are. So listen. Your job right now is to do one thing and one thing only.
Okay.
I want you to put your head in the water and see if there's anything underneath it.
Head in the water?
Yes. It's safe to open your eyes in water. You'll be fine.
Okay, there's nothing in there?
Put some goggles. It might be fish or something, but we need to know.
I
need to know how deep it is.
Okay. Yeah, good plan.
Sergeant, I want you to grab his back, and if he flinches, squirms, or does anything that looks nefarious, pull him out quickly.
Okay.
Hi, Captain.
Very nervously, since the captain told me to, I'm gonna stick my head in the water. I'm gonna activate, if I can, my psionic night vision, because I think if that will help me, I'm gonna try if it'll help me see underwater. And I just go, and open my eyes. Do I see anything?
You don't see much of anything, no. It actually really stings your eyes now that you open them under the water. It doesn't hurt your face, but it leaves a really uncomfortable sort of feeling in your eyes. And it's
nothing, Captain. Coast is clear.
How deep is it?
Well, from the shoreline, how far has he gone out?
I just stuck my head in the water.
So if you'd have
all the
to
way
even,
in?
You'd have to walk out probably about 6 feet to even get deep enough that your head could be submerged. So that would be,
Okay,
now you'd have to-
okay. I was just going to stick
That's
my head.
good.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
I'll
so,
walk
so,
out.
so here's the one clarification I need. The truck. How submerged is that truck?
It's probably about 30 feet out, and you can see the top of the bed. Empty.
Okay, so it's only a couple of feet.
Yes.
Well, 3 probably.
Yeah, still, either way. I mean, it's not like we're all going to drown here by trying to walk across.
Right.
At least not that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, I'll let them finish up what they want to do, and then I've got some orders.
Do I need to go on out there? Try to go out there?
Not yet. I know. Bobby and I think Danny wanted to do something.
Connell?
Bobby wants to say something.
I click it over to Heathen Dog's channel. Sir, this is a random thought I just had, but wouldn't it make sense to push this van down there to see if anything attacks it when it enters the water there, sir?
Can you make a quick perception check,
Luckily, Private Warwick already volunteered for that duty, and nothing attacked him. So probably looking good.
5 by 5, sir.
Bobby, can you make a perception check for me? And then we'll get back to Max wanted to do.
Sorry, I'm rolling dice on a
You're good.
laptop, so I'm trying to make sure I
We'll
don't
go
push
back to
it.
Max in the meantime, whatever you wanted to do something.
What does a nat 20 buy me?
Nat 20. So right as you cut communications with Heathen Dog, you glance in the rearview mirror and you see one of those white praying mantis maggot millipede things creep up the side of the back of the truck and then go over the bed.
That is not awesome.
I grab my angry man. I proceed out of the cab, making sure I'm pointing in the direction that I last saw the whatever Heathen Dog called it.
The evil DB bug. Yeah.
All right. We'll get back to that. Max?
All right. All right. We're gonna have to go across one at a time.
Yes, sir.
Scout.
Yeah.
I need you to do your job. Unless Sergeant McCool has a method for you to get across some other way, I need you across first so that you can explain what's going on the other side. Sergeant, cover him.
Yes, sir. Sergeant Davy. I'm sorry, Private Davy.
What?
You go ahead first. I will follow you 20 yards behind. I will cover you from any apparent danger. I need you to make it to the truck, climb upon the truck, and tell me if you think it is stuck or not, if we can pull it out of there. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Please proceed.
How far out is this truck again?
30
How
yards.
many feet?
30 feet. The back of it's probably about
Oh,
30
I
feet.
thought it was 30 yards. 30 feet. Go.
All right. So I'll get my gear. I got 100-foot rope.
I will attach that rope to Lieutenant Warwick.
Somehow I'm not filled with confidence.
Well, he is the strongest one here, so
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Sarge.
okay. It's not a vote of
said-
confidence; it's a vote of necessity. But here,
All right.
here you go.
I'm holding
Hold
on.
this rope.
I got
If you
you,
hear
Dave.
him
Don't worry.
scream, nope, strike that. If you see me shoot, you pull him out. Do you understand?
Got it.
Outstanding.
All right.
All right.
Bobby Davies, commence.
I'll tie it around me, and I'll head out there.
Sploosh,
Excellent.
sploosh,
I'll swim out there.
So you make your way out, and as you do, again, it's basically the depth of like any sort of swim spot. First, you're up to your knees, then you start making your way out, and you get up to about waist deep water, where it seems right about when it gets up to right below your rib cage is when it seems to sort of flatten out a little bit, and you make your way heavily through the water. That you can feel the rope tug a little bit every step you kind of take. Heathen Dog, you're holding the other side of it?
No.
I
I am
it.
not.
I got it. I'm holding on. I'm ready.
Private Warwick is holding the rope. I am covering Private Davies with my rifle.
Don't open your eyes. It stings a little if you go under.
All right. At the point where it levels out, I'll kind of stop for a brief second, raise my hand, and says, "It levels out here," and keep on going. But other than that, I just keep heading to the truck bed.
So as you get closer to it, on the opposite side of the truck bed, probably about another 15 feet away, you just see a body floating face down. You can't really see much of it. You can see it looks like a jacket, maybe like a scarf wrapped around his neck, but face down, just bobbing around in the water.
All right. Am I at the truck right now?
You are at the back of the truck. Yep.
All right. I'll kind of float it towards the back of the truck, but I'm going to get on the back of the truck.
Okay. So once you climb up there, now you can see the back of the truck. I guess if it was rib high, it'd probably be right about there. So even if there's an inch of water on the truck or an inch below, like you can walk around just like you would be able to on land now that you're up there.
All right.
You can.
I'll examine the body.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll examine the body. Weapons, anything, ID, dog tags.
Well, it's still about 15, 20 feet away from you, floating in the water from where you are now.
Oh, that's right. It's on the other side.
Yep.
Hey, I got a dead body floating on the other side. How far away is it? Is it between the truck and the rift?
No. The rift would be probably from where you are, about further in the direction of about 2 o'clock, and the floating body is more over here about 10 o'clock, much closer to you. The rift is still about 380 feet away. You can hear it though, like this weird hum. And the outer edge of it is like pulsating and moving, but on the inside you can kind of just see this blackness. And again, now there's just a little pool of water kind of coming over, cascading and adding to the pool.
All right, Sarge, there's a body floating over here.
That is inconsequential to our current task, Private. Is the truck able to be salvaged? Is it stuck? Is it sunk? Is it what? Check the tires, son. Are the tires free?
All right. I'll hop off and I'll see if the tires are sunk in mud or if they appear to be free.
So
I'll dip below the water level if I have to.
You splash back down into the water and start making your way over to where the tires are. Meanwhile, Connell, Bobby, you start to creep around the truck. The weapon that you drew is the little handheld one, I assume, the one you have 2 of?
Yeah.
And creep around the truck. And inside the truck, you see in the corner this, again, 3.5 foot long, disgusting creature, lots of little tiny legs on the side, and on the top there is a purple light kind of emanating from like a hump, and it looks at you and hisses with this really kind of nasty, again, like baby xenomorph eyes, and it bursts another one of these white balls inside the back of the truck.
I shoot it.
Roll to strike, and then roll damage.
And that's what damage is, a D4 on the gun. Wait, does it say on the gun?
It would be in the picture, but D4 will work. I think it's a D6, actually.
A D6, yeah, it's a D6. And what does a 17 buy me?
Hit.
It buys you a hit. Yep.
Remember, in Palladium, if you are close range or hand-to-hand combat, anything 5 or higher is a hit.
So roll damage.
4 or 5.
That's a good hit.
So this thing just splatters in the corner. It also destroys whatever it just birthed. Max, your truck takes 5 NBC damage to the back of it.
He doesn't know that yet. He'll know it later.
You will know it later.
You just hear balls being yelled in the background. Just, balls! And get back
Meanwhile, Nerdy, you feel around where the tires are. It doesn't seem like they're submerged. In fact, the ground feels like rock. You know, it doesn't feel like muck very much. It feels like the same sort of stones and stuff that's around. It's just you're just covered in water up to the waist, up to the ribs.
All right. When I pop my head back up, hey, Sarge, it's on solid ground, so it should be able to be pulled out.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. Go back in the bed and await further instructions.
All right.
Switch
Before
over
I
to
go
Captain.
back to the bed,
Nope.
I'm going to like pull
Do
up
not
and
poke
look
at the
in the
dead
window
body,
of the
Private.
cab. Does it look flooded? Does it look damaged?
It looks.
Corpses in there?
So you're going to go up and look into the back windows of the cab. Yeah, you don't. There is no back window. So you look.
No.
around-
I'm going to look in the. I'm going to look in like the door window. The windows of the door.
Okay. It actually is not flooded inside the cab.
So okay. So all right. Then I'll head back to the trailer.
All right, I'm
Okay.
gonna switch over to the captain. Captain,
Sergeant, is this going to continue to take hours to get anything done?
no, sir. I have an update, sir.
Can we get an efficiency system going on here?
Yes, sir. First, my report, sir.
Go ahead.
The vehicle, while intact and not stuck, is likely inoperational because it's been submerged in alien water for God knows how long. I recommend, sir, that you take your robot armor, go into and pick up this vehicle and take it back to the shore, sir. That is the
It's funny you
quickest
say
and most
that. I'm trying
efficient
to
way we're
look
going
up
to
what
get
my
this out.
strength is.
Well, you just have to roll it. I'm sure you have robotic strength of at least
Yeah, robotic
24.
strength of 50.
Oh, that's fine. That's going to be fine.
So let's see. You are. What's everybody doing here? You guys, Nerdy Ogre is making your way back towards the shoreline, correct?
I'm
Through the water?
watching
No,
like a
he's
hawk.
in the bed.
No,
He's
I'm
in the
I'm
bed.
sitting on the trailer at the truck waiting for further instructions.
Okay. And you are facing
the rope.
them?
He's probably facing me.
Okay.
I'm on the shore, and Warwick is holding on to the rope. Good
Watch-
man.
Watching Davies.
Good man.
Let's make a perception check, everybody except for Nerdy Ogre.
including
Right.
And not including you, Bobby, sorry.
I am
Okay.
killing it. I got a 1. Natural 20. Look at that.
17.
Warwick and the captain got eyes.
So, Max, you're hanging out in this thing, and the air conditioning has really settled in now. You're looking at a nice, very comfortable, like 66 degrees, unless that's too cold for you.
It's better than the
comparable to
105
96
that's outside.
degrees.
I'm okay.
Very hot, very sweltering outside, but you're now very comfortable. And do me a favor, roll another nat 20 on top of your perception check.
Roll another nat 20.
Another 20, sorry.
I got a 17.
17. Okay, so as you're, you're sipping your coffee, you see on the far side of the truck, the water start to swell up as if something pretty large is traveling underneath it, right towards Nerdy Ogre. It's probably about 20 feet away from him and starting to get, much larger, like it was on the bottom of the water. And as it comes up, you just see the swell of water coming up and moving towards.
Do I have time to
Davey,
shout anything out?
Very quickly, yes.
Nerdy Ogre, dive, dive, dive! Oh, not Nerdy Ogre, sorry. Davey, dive, dive, dive! All right,
jump
you're
in.
screwed.
All right.
You know what? Let's roll a 20 to see if you would even have any clue what he's talking about.
It's pretty simple instruction.
Just because the communication hasn't been super good.
No, you're right.
I can't see this. Can I see it?
Nah. No one has shot anything.
Right, but
I got an 8.
An 8.
No one is screaming.
So he starts telling you dive, dive, dive. You really don't know what he's talking about because there's no really danger or anything going on yet. You kind of just instinctively turn around you to see like what he might be talking about. And as he does, probably about 15 feet away from you, you see this. It's about 6 feet wide. It is a tall gelatin-like half circle, half sphere, coming up out of the water. Make a perception check real quick.
Oh, that sounds great.
Sounds like a jellyfish from hell.
16. Hey, I finally got a decent perception check.
Inside the gelatin dome, you also see a human body that's just kind of inside of it, but it doesn't just look like a human body. It looks almost like a smudged painting, like he was there, like if somebody took like a sponge and just kind of did this to a painting, how you could still see like a human, but it would just be, you know, smudged to the side in every direction. And this all happens very quick. And then right after that happens, you see these very long, disgusting, black, slimy tentacles. Probably each, you see 4 to 6 of them come out of the water immediately. And the full size of this thing, you see at the last second, is probably 40 feet long from one tentacle to the other. Actually, probably a little bit longer than that. It's probably got a center of about 8 feet, and then each tentacle is probably 12 feet. And this happens very fast. Make a horror factor check, be a 17.
Oh,
Against 17? Holy okay, just you're gonna fail. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Haas.
Hey,
Hey, you know what? Rolling an 8 is the same as rolling a 16. You still fail.
I am going to let Max roll an initiative against this monster because he rolled a nat 20 on seeing it.
Okay.
You can beat an 11.
I got an 11. So how
all
do
right,
we handle
roll again.
ties? Okay.
Oh, does the player tie? Is that how it goes?
That's
you beat
usually
the 3 now.
player. If a player and bad guy tie, the player goes
Well,
first.
All
I
right,
got a
well,
17 for the second roll.
You're
So
good. So you see this happening, and you can just see Nerdy Ogre just kind of freeze. He does not obey your command to jump in the water. As he turns around and this thing rises up very quickly and the water swells, you see him kind of just freeze, and you have...
I would like to shoot if I can, if I'm allowed to use actions.
Yes.
I'm going to use my dual lasers as soon as I
Roll.
get to them. All right. What's my bonus
first
to
you
strike?
say it, then you do it.
Yep. All right. So, 13, and that's it. 13.
Roll damage.
And oh Jesus! I should declare 2 shots, but I didn't. So there's 6, 5, 14 plus 9, so 23 mega damage.
As it rises up, you manage to target it. Actually, no, you're kind of just chilling in your chair. Leverage.
It's a shoulder.
in your HUD system. You punch a few buttons real quick, spin over, and manage to get the shot off very quick, spotting it very quick, acting very quick. It doesn't impede the monster, though, which you see rise up, and then again, very disgusting texture. You can all tell it has like little details of like dead gray, even though most of it is black, minus that dome of gelatin that's kind of in the center where you just see the guy that looks like a smudge painting. The tentacles rise up despite the blast, and immediately one tries to grapple you. Beat a 24. Nerdy Ogre.
What do you need? He's trying to grapple me.
Dodge?
That'd be a dodge, I believe, against
Yes, you can use an action to try and roll dodge.
Yeah, I'll dodge it. Well, try.
Okay.
So-
What hand-to-hand combat level do you have right now?
Basic.
Okay.
And I got a 15 for the dodge.
Do you have any bonus?
So this thing rises, again, you see the swell of water come up, and it all happens very quick. The gelatin dome rises up. It takes a blast, but then this disgusting black tentacle, probably about 20 feet long, wraps around you and lifts you off the lifts you off the truck, and now we'll do an initiative order.
Oh, dang it.
All right.
I can't yank. Oh, suck.
Private Willie knows exactly what to do.
Okay, you know what? This is almost unbelievable, but
Dang.
It is unbelievable. We don't believe it.
I'll roll it again. I don't care. Not that stressed over it.
So once again, is this everybody but me scenario?
Yes, but we're gonna get back to you very quickly, Connell.
That's fine. Just want to make sure.
2.
You're doing probably the most important job right now.
Man.
I lose initiative because I failed the horror check.
Yes,
Or
you are.
has
You're right. I actually should probably not have even given you the dodge, but
I'm sorry. I don't know the exact rules. I thought, as a crazy, don't I have some kind of bonus besides just
You
my
do.
+2 for initiative? Well, I'm sorry. I don't remember. I was trying to look it
I
up.
think it's +4 for a crazy. Does that sound right to you, Heathen Dog? I thought I might be wrong. It might be the juicer. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Crazy does have an initiative bonus.
I do +2, and I thought I got like something else, but I could be confused. I got a 3 total. I wrote a stinking 1.
Okay.
I am going to be trying to yank his ass toward us, though, if I can.
I got a
else do we have?
22.
22.
Oh, shit.
Heathen Dog, what'd you get?
I got a 2.
Wait, don't you as a juicer get a bunch of initiative?
I'm not a juicer.
Oh. What are you?
I'm a coalition soldier.
Oh, see, I was under the impression you were a juicer. I did not know that this entire time. I thought you were a juicer.
Nope. If I were a juicer, I'd be talking more like Randy's talking.
Oh yeah!
Intelligence is very low.
That would have been nice to know.
Colin, you do hear a noise on the other side of the truck, opposite of where the other bug crawled up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Once again, have guns ready, and
Before you can even make it down around the side to see where the noise is coming from, you do see another one crawl up and over into the bed of the truck. And this one looks like it sees the destroyed monster and egg and starts like hissing, and then does a very quick loop down and then crawling like a bug crawl right back up the wall. Meanwhile, Max, is your turn first.
Okay, so I'm not in the water. I'm before the water still.
Yep.
Everybody forward, get across the water. Do not stop until you're across. And if I'm allowed to shoot while I'm talking, I'm going to shoot the lasers again.
Okay, roll.
And this time I'm going to take a double blast. It'll take me 2 actions, but I can do a double blast.
Okay, so if what I do for double actions is you don't get the attack off until it comes back around to you. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's good. It's just I have 2 lasers there, and apparently it takes 2 actions to fire the 2 lasers, but they're synchronized. So.
Okay. That brings us to the monster, which after it snatches you up, it starts to drop back under the water and make an escape back where it came. Right, Nerdy Ogre, when that happens, when you get pulled under the water, you feel like a rush of current, and you can tell instinctively that this thing moves very capably under the water and very fast. So you can kind of just feel,
Hang on. He does have a rope around him, and someone is holding on to him.
Yeah, I am holding on to it. Yeah.
Roll a let's roll a d20.
He has a 30 augmented strength.
I do. You're shitting me. Natural 1.
He does have. He is, and as he's telling you how strong he is, he gets distracted by that just for a second, and the rope slides right out of his hand.
Oh my God!
So you do see, however, as the monster vanishes under the surface, and you can see the swell start to go towards the dead body and then vanish, you also see now the white rope behind it. So very quickly, the rope is floating, and you can see that this thing is moving very fast back towards the back of the pond, back around where the rift is.
Can I dive to grab the rope? Because I will.
Nope, you lost it. Not one. It's gone.
Outstanding.
God.
All right.
Bobby, you want to blow that gun away, by the way? You want to blow that bug away, by the way, real quick?
Yes, I do.
Let's roll.
Damn it.
Let's roll damage.
10 and a 5.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Again, the bug just gets blasted away. One shot, bug guts all over the back of the car, and you can see like a scorch mark and like an indent, and that's damage inside the bed of the truck.
Five more to the
5
truck.
more. Yep.
Okay.
That brings us to Heathen Dog.
All right. I am going to have to follow 2 orders at once. I am headed to the other side of the pond, but on the way there, I'm going to try and get the rope.
Okay, so you're going to. Well, the rope is moving much faster than you're going to be able to in the water.
All
you
right.
can see that.
All
It's
right, then. New plan. Out of my pocket, I'm going to pull out the fusion block, and I'm going to try and follow the creature. And if it stops, I'm going to plant the fusion block in it and swim away.
Okay. So you're just going to basically start trucking your way out into the water. All right.
I'm running / swimming because it's only up to my rib cage. So
Randy, that brings us to you.
Yes. Okay, I can't see the beast anymore, can I?
No, gone. You can't see the rope moving pretty quickly.
I can. All right.
Yep.
I charge in. I got to save my friend. I'm
Just
going to
run
dive
into
into
the
the
water.
water and jump in as fast as I can. I do move at 21. I don't know if that's fast. That's 21
it's
speed.
pretty fast.
I'm going to run up. I'm going to try to use
You are in the water though, and it does go up to here, so it is going to be a.
Yep.
I doubt you can swim faster than you can run. Maybe you can if you even have swimming.
I probably do not, but I will go ahead and do I have 0 chance of grabbing the rope, just leaping?
0 after that one, gone. It flew right out of your hands. You were
Well,
telling him, don't worry about it. I'm strong as hell,
Right.
and it bolted right as you gave
Oh,
him
I'm
that.
going so bad now. Oh no! And then so I'm like, dang it! And I guess I can't see it. I can't shoot. I'm diving under.
Just follow the rope.
I'm going under.
All right.
The eyes didn't sting enough the first time, did they?
No, I'm used to it now. Let's do it.
There you go.
Do me a favor, Max, real quick, and rolling
Yes, sir.
on our D20.
Rolling a D20. I got a 2.
2. So as this is going on, you saw Nerdy Ogre get snatched up by the tentacle, and the thing just submerged and went away. Everybody else is starting to run into the water. As you take a second sip of your coffee, it's just one of those things that tends to happen sometimes, but you just kind of had the cup a little bit off to the side. So, you missed your mouth just a little bit where the coffee kind of dribbled down your chin. You got it a little bit on your shirt.
I am really glad that we don't know all this is happening.
I'm going to use an action to wipe my. Oh my.
You get it into the shirt to the point that it's pretty much taken care of.
All right. So I'll wait till next action to actually. Oh, wait! This thing is under the ground or under the water now.
Gone.
There's no point. I'm not going to be able to shoot. So, and it looked like it was moving pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly. Now.
But this isn't the biggest pond in the world, is it?
No, it's about. It's probably about 700, 800 feet across. And then it kind of just vanishes into trees and stuff like that on both sides. Gets very swampy on the side. But it's not like an ocean fell out of this rift. Just a substantial amount of water to fill it up like some sort of
man-made pond.
Yeah, but unfortunately, none of you guys gave me enough information to do what I want to do. Okay.
But you do see the rope start to come to a rest, probably about 100 feet. About 90, 100 feet away from the rift.
The problem is I don't know how deep the water is there. They only looked at it right here, and I don't want to all of a sudden be submerged in this thing. So, anyway, the last order I gave was everybody get across. So I'm just waiting for that momentarily.
Nerdy Ogre, how long can you hold your
clean up
breath
my
for?
shirt.
What's your physical endurance?
My physical endurance is 26.
Can you? Let's see. You don't have any really way to see in black water, right?
No.
So you do feel the rush of current start to stop all of a sudden, and then as it is, you are in this thing and you feel it. After it stops, you feel it swirl you back around, and you can, even though you're wearing armor, you can kind of feel from your knee down, kind of getting sucked up into this orifice that's underneath it, like a starfish's mouth. So, and you get some, your vision is terrible. You can't really see anything. It's a black monster. It's black water, but you can, just from feeling it, you can kind of feel your leg all of a sudden. And once that happens, what kind of armor are you wearing?
What was it? Bushman? Where is it? Plastic Man.
Yeah, it starts to burn pretty bad the moment you feel your leg kind of get brought up into that orifice after kind of like a fight. As you can just feel the tentacles are like trying to push you up inside of it.
All right. Can I pull out my pistol and start shooting in the general area of my feet?
You can do whatever you like.
Don't roll a one.
Shoot the general feat that I have.
I got a 16.
16. Roll damage.
Let's see, the damage on this is
What kind of weapon are you using?
a Wilkes laser pistol.
Okay.
Two
To strike.
2 mega damage.
Oh, 2 mega damage. So, you know, as it's happening really quick, you can't see anything. You do kind of put the pistol next to the monster anywhere you can. And as you pull the trigger, it kind of feels like it shifts again, so you don't get a clear shot. But you can kind of just see the flash when the laser fires. I assume it can still fire underwater, but we're just going to roll with it. Also, just so the audience knows, they were all supposed to choose bandito weapons, which would now be failing because they're in the water, and the book specifically says that you can rely on Northern Gun. But since they picked Wilkes, which is fine, we're not going to have to deal with that problem.
Oh, yay.
I think we've
Well,
rolled
I
enough
was having
problems.
technical difficulties, but I kind of missed that one when I was dealing with that.
Been underwater for about 4 or 5 seconds now, by the way. So probably not very long. Heathen Dog, you guys are all just going to be marching out, huh?
Yeah, well, as quickly as possible. I'm following the rope.
Okay, so the initiative has just already broken down, and you guys are trudging out into the water. Max, are you following them in the mech?
No, I want them to get across, but I wanted to. I'm going to talk to Davey. Davey, are you there? How deep is it?
You can't hear anything now. Your communication has failed being underwater. It just shorted out, and you don't hear anything now. It's not working.
Davey, you there?
Am I near the truck yet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to jump on the back of the truck. Can I see the rope?
Yes, you can.
Can I reach it though? It's still too far away, right? It's about
no. Yes. You got a ways to go. You probably got everybody marching out there. You're probably about 300 feet away. The depth of the water hasn't changed. It kind of flatlined out at about ribcage level, and you guys continue to make your way out there. It takes you to trudge through the water at full speed. It's probably going to take you, I don't know, what would you say? 30 seconds probably to make it, probably 45 seconds to make it over to that rift.
2 or 3 rounds.
400 feet, I would say, running, swimming, it would probably take you about 45 seconds to make it out there.
Well, for me.
And you can see that this is going to be the...
Okay.
I move 105 yards in around.
But yeah, but we are moving in
half of that, maybe
waist deep water. So
as somebody used to swim a lot, running or walking in water is very slow.
Correct.
Yes.
I was just trying to figure out.
Dave's not here.
Can I? I say, did I hear the captain talk to Dave? Say, Dave, how deep is it?
Yeah, if you have a communicator, yeah.
And I would say, waist deep, boss. Should we go try to save Dave, or is he a lost cause?
I'll respond if it's time for action. Otherwise, I want to make sure that everybody's doing what they got to do.
Yeah, you can respond. Yeah.
Okay.
I
said get across.
I go.
Bobby, where's the truck? Get going.
Meanwhile, Davey, you can start to feel now multiple tentacles start to wrap around you. And as that does, it becomes much harder to even have any control over what you're doing, and you feel it start to stuff you up inside of its center. As it does that, again, you can feel your leg. It gets pushed up more to the up your thigh, and you can feel like a really bad burning sensation all along your leg, now stuck up inside of the underneath of this monster. And it is now, all of its tentacles are just kind of coming up now and snatching, pulling you up into like a clump. So imagine now multiple snakes just wrapping around you and pulling you up into the center of the thing.
Can I still work my booger hooker?
Is that the gun?
That's my trigger finger, yeah.
Yep, you still got your gun. Is it a pistol?
Yeah, it's a pistol.
Yep, you still have your gun.
7.
Booger hooker.
Yeah, that happened to us. Yeah.
All right, so you guys, so Max, you're hanging back at the shoreline. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'm
Or you
like,
also-
everybody get the hell across.
Yeah, everybody else is going in there. So about 30 seconds have passed, and you guys are now probably about 100 feet away. Now that you're this close, you can actually see that beneath the rift is this faint little, it's like the purple color of the rift doesn't necessarily end. It's almost like there's a little trickle of sparkles and light that end up going down into the water now that you're closer
Great.
to it.
Outstanding. Well, my whole job is this. Randy, what's your character's name again? W something?
Warwick.
Private Warwick, grab the rope, and when you run the other side, try and drag him with you.
Roger that. I start heading toward the
And
rope.
on my way to the other side, I'm going to dive to where the rope looks like it's originating from to try and find the monster. I'm following orders. I'm going to the other side. I'm just not taking a straight road.
The way that the rope is, it looks like the monster is probably, you can see like I said, there was an antenna coming out of the water in the very top of a vehicle. And judging by where the rope is, it looks like it's behind that vehicle.
Okay.
And again, now that it has you all wrapped up, it's successfully starting to stuff you up into the center orifice. So now, very quickly, it's both legs, and then at your waist, you can feel, again, a burning sensation now covering all of your body as literally the only thing not up inside of it now. You're basically upside down in it with your
You
waist
now have DB gonorrhea.
poking out of the bottom of it. Both your legs, along with your stomach, you can now, a pretty brutal, excruciating pain. And that's where we are.
The MASH soundtrack just went through my head.
I'm trying my best to get to that rope. I'm running.
Can I still shoot?
You can shoot.
Do I need to roll to hit, or do I just roll damage? I don't know how tangled
you're
up I
gonna
am.
roll to strike.
God, 7.
7's a hit.
Roll damage.
I'll be right back, guys.
And got a 2 to damage.
So at this point, you're basically just doing what you can, scared shitless. And again, you can kind of feel the texture of this monster every now and then where you have exposed armor. Super uncomfortable and disgusting. It is a super vile sensation with the thing wrapped around you, and you're now in agonizing pain from the waist down. You don't get the shots off that you need, and you feel the thing pull you up, and basically now your head is hanging out the bottom of this thing at the bottom of the water. You're really struggling for air at this point. You've been under for probably about 25, 30 seconds. And your whole body now is on fire. Like, I don't want to say it's as bad as like a bacon grease, but you can really feel a burning sensation all throughout your body. Meanwhile, Randy has reached the rope. Heathen Dog has reached wherever he is trying to reach.
I'm trying to reach to where the monster is.
And Bobby, that is honestly the best cigar you've had in a long time, which is surprising considering where you got it. You didn't have high hopes, but really, really good so far. So sorry, Heathen Dog, you're doing what?
I am trying to reach the monster.
Okay, so you're getting you get up to the point You're like 10 feet. When you get to like 10 feet away from the rift, you're basically forming a triangle. Like the vehicle is very close to the rift, and you're right there on both sides. So you continue on. I guess you're basically right at the vehicle now, and you can see the rope.
Okay, I'm following the rope down to the creature itself.
Okay, so you're going down.
Yes.
Okay.
I have full environmental armor and I have a light.
All right, so you're going to have to explain this to me. How exactly do you want to do this? You see rift, the car, and the rope behind the car.
Okay, I'm going to climb on top of the car, jump toward the rope, and dive to where the rope seems to be originating from.
Okay. So you climb up on the car, and as you look down, you can kind of see it looks like a lot of like aquatic snakes, like having a fight almost.
Okay.
So you can see just a lot of motion from the monster, but you do see the rope going right down, and you dive right in.
Yep. I'm gonna take my fusion block, and I'm gonna dive down in the water.
A fusion block.
Yep.
Is that what I think it is? It sounds
It's a big boom boom.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, God.
This is where I say nope. Is this where I say nope and just drive
Are
away?
you driving, Bobby? Shut
Yes.
up, drive.
Yes, sir. I'm coming down to you. Just very slowly, sir.
God damn.
Have I gotten a hold of the rope yet? No? Still swimming?
No, you have gotten a hold of the rope.
Okay, I'm heading to the other side, pulling as hard as I can. I'm going to free Dave.
Well, as you pull it, it ain't budging. It's not budging at all. Meanwhile, you dive down, dog. Do you know how to swim?
No.